Good morning and welcome to Master Trader, where you can learn to use simple market and stock analysis to make money investing and trading. I'm Greg Capra. We're going to take a look at the broader markets this morning, see where they're going and what's moving here this morning. So the financial sector had this nice move up last week, and it's been consolidating. Like many things, it's up this morning. This is the pre-market chart you can see in the middle underneath here. And the reason why there's these just dashes here is because pre-market trading is very thin, but prices are moving up, and this is connected to the underlying stocks within the sector, which must be moving up as well. And just thinking that with that in mind, if any of them were on here, they're not in what's trading actively. This is what's trading actively trade rate, but we can go to trades and see, well, there it is. There's Citicorp up about 5/8 there. You can see it's moving up here. So when we look at these stocks that are moving up pre-market, we do look at gaps and put them in the context of the daily time frame and whether there's support, resistance to the left. And we look for what is a tradable void, and of course look at what the intraday pattern is. And you can see here that this does have room to move up because it came down relatively hard, but it's pulled back toward the bottoming tail bar here where it should turn around. Well, let's take a look at where the futures are at. And here we have the NASDAQ ETF, which is trading here pre-market. And notice the wide range bar on the 15-minute chart where it consolidated and then broke out here. So far, it's acting fine. And we're going to take a look at the daily chart here. Let's just go to that for a sec. And so you always want to put the intraday setup, the chart, in the perspective of what's happening on the daily chart. Meaning you have an intraday pattern here, which is bullish and certainly looks like it can go higher. And this is what we call a 1, 2, 3 continuation pattern. However, the daily chart has broken to the downside here. It's holding right on this major support, and it's coming up to this congestion area right over here. So that would suggest the upside is limited, and what we want to do as master traders is combine intraday patterns with daily patterns, and when they're in alignment, odds are we're going to get the intraday patterns moving in the direction that they should without or very little hesitation, let's just say. So multiple time frame analysis is a big part of successful trades. Well, let's take a look at the spiders here, which looks similar. Right? This is more of a breakout type of a pattern, where this is more of a pullback toward minor support, and then the move up, and then this wide range bar on this small time frame would suggest a momentary stall, and that's what's happening. So let's look at the spiders. And this is a better pattern than the Qs, because you can see that, the way it came down, there's probably little resistance here. And let's just take a look at the hourly chart. And this will be without the overnight trading. And we see a consolidation. It's trading just above 265. You can see right here, 265.13. And probably right around the area of this high, but it's got room to go up. So that could be in the cards here this morning. We always see what is, and then at the open, we see what actually happens, and then what kind of follow-through is. Now, this hasn't pulled back that much. The ideal scenario would have been to pull back a bit further. So keep an eye on today's high and low as your reference point, and here it is right there. There's today's high and low. Yes, well, it'll be yesterday's high and low since this isn't trading yet. But 264.43 and 262.94. Now, what's moving here pre-market? We've got NVIDIA moving up nicely. It's trading pretty actively. And as I said, we always want to take the intraday time frame, put it in perspective of the daily time frame. And clearly, this is broken down as tech has gotten hit, and that's why the NASDAQ's down as much as it is compared to the spiders. Tech and the internet stocks got under some selling pressure in the last week or two, and this broke down through two areas of support, so a short-term sell signal there. And we had an attempt to move up here, and just move back down. So that's a sloppy pattern on the intraday time frame. So not interested there. And this is how we go through things each morning, looking at the daily charts and the intraday charts, what's happening in the broader markets. And speaking of which, let's just take a look at the futures market here, which is moving up. You can see the NASDAQ futures coming up into resistance. There's the wide range bar. The S&Ps here moving up closer to that resistance. But this is a pattern that could take out the high, but you want to watch this for a possible M top. Whenever you have a shallow pullback after a little bit of an extended run and resistance is close by, that'll often set up what's called an M top. And then it results in a move to the downside to test some support. So keep an eye on that. Keep that in mind. Bonds, sloppy mess there. Gold broke down. It was trying to hold over here. We gave this a try with some options in the GLD. I think we got out around break even or so. It didn't work out well, obviously. We were looking for it to go up with this bottoming pattern on the 200, but it failed. So move along, and oil's moving back up here this morning. So that's it for today. There's the intraday chart on it. Hope you found some points here to learn from and utilize in your own trading. Subscribe to the channel, and when you hit that subscribe button, the little bell will pop up. Click the bell, and you'll get notices when we have a video here. And pretty soon we'll be doing these live in the morning, so stay tuned.